All right. Hi, guys. I'm Wiley.
And I'm Trin.
And welcome back to this year's Red Mountain Radio podcast for, 2022 to 2023.
Yep.
All right. Today we have a very special guest. We have Mr. Tannenbaum. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Tannenbaum. I am excited to be the new principal here at Red Mountain.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Tannenbaum?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a product of Mesa Public Schools.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from a school in Mesa right here. And then I did not leave high school, as I say. I stayed in high school because as I graduated, I immediately started coaching within the Mesa School District and then taught at the school that I graduated from, which was Dobson High School. And
Nice.
So I immediately started teaching and coaching and did that for 9 years before I left and went on to administration. For me, I was a lifer. I knew my freshman year in high school that I was going to be a teacher, and then I was interested in leadership down the road, and that was because of the great teachers and the great coaches that I had in my experience in high school for myself. So I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and that was because of the great supports that I had when I was in school.
Nice. That's really awesome.
Yeah. So do you think you decided to become a principal because of the great leaders you've had in the past and they've kind of inspired you to keep going up?
Yeah, so my between coaches that I had and teachers that took a vested interest in me and then empowered me in leadership opportunities, the more that I was empowered to be a leader and what leadership really was for me was something that is important. And to develop leadership capacity in any student was key for me when I was a teacher. It was what was instilled in me, and I just kind of kept that piece going for myself. I really think leaders are readers, and so the more that I was reading and the more that I became invested in what leadership is and the power that a collaborative leader has to build a really strong community was something that was inspiring to me as a teacher and as a student, and something that I am fortunate enough to help to do as a team member here at Red Mountain now.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good to hear.
You mentioned earlier that you did coaching and teaching. Is it okay if I ask what sports did you coach and what subjects did you teach?
Yeah, so I was a head wrestling coach,
Mm-hmm.
and then I coached varsity football as well. For a number of years, was a varsity football coach and was a head coach for the freshmen at different points, and but was the varsity wrestling coach for quite a few years. And then from the classroom wise, I've taught everything. I was a social studies teacher.
Okay, yeah.
I taught world, American, psychology, sociology, government 1 year as well. So pretty well versed in these social studies wise.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Nice.
Thank you. What would you say is your favorite school subject? For you personally?
I mean, being a history guy, for me, it was that. I think diving into history and making sure that students understood and got excited. It wasn't just about a bunch of dead people, right? It was actually there's some serious understanding of historical topics and the impact that it had across all regions, economic and impact in the development and, the impact, worldwide for if it was in American history, certain events that took place that was global. There's just so many areas of it that gets me excited, and I love to share that with students when I was in the classroom.
For sure.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's really cool.
What are some goals you have for Red Mountain this year?
So goal one for me coming in is to get to know the campus, get to understand the students that are here and the needs that are here. Red Mountain is an amazing place, and that's evident to me. It's always been evident being a Mesa guy, even though I left for a little while when I was a principal in another district. I've always kept up with Red Mountain. I've always known my schools in Mesa because it's where I came from and where where I started. So our campus has so many amazing culture shifts that are here, so many amazing traditions that are here. And so part of that, anytime you're coming in brand new, is to listen, to understand, to make sure you know what's here and that you can better support what's here. And then the part of the listening process is what do students and what do teachers and what does the community feel are areas that we can all work on and improve together. It's not that it was bad, it's just that it's something to help support and enhance, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's those are the steps, is really getting to know our staff, getting to know our community, getting to know our students, which has been, for me, so exciting because when school started back up, and having the amazing students come by and talk to me. We have just awesome kids here. Like, it's just flat out. Like, people are welcoming. They say hi to me. They stop me. They say, "You look like the new guy. Are you the new principal?" And so it's really nice. It's really nice. It's a very warm and welcoming environment, and I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah.
So you talked about how you really want to set students up for success. So would you say that you're using the new academic advisory period to kind of help do that?
Yeah, I think that's one step, for us. I think any way that we can support students, give them an avenue to be impacted by a teacher on campus and potentially a different teacher on campus, I think is key. The more that adults can surround students and provide them someone to connect to, someone to support them, someone to champion them when they're struggling, or they need a pick-me-up, or they need guidance. I think the better, the more that we create a well-rounded, welcoming opportunity on our campus, the better everyone's going to feel. Advisory period gives that opportunity to do that. It's early, and I'm sure many students are still trying to figure out, what are we going to be doing in here all year? There's lots of very detailed lessons, to academic time, to prep for assessments, to work on social emotional needs, you name it. I mean, it's going to be pretty well-rounded is the hope for that. And so, and sometimes students just need a moment to sit for a second and talk with somebody, right? And so having an opportunity to do that in a structured setting, I think will be very impactful for kids. That's the hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. So already we've seen like a bunch of changes this year with like assigned parking spaces, a new schedule, academic advisory. Are there any like other changes that you're planning on making?
Yeah, so some of the other changes for us is to make sure that before we talk about change, we talk about the understanding of what changes need to be done, right? And the only way to do that is to collaborate. So, some of the biggest changes, I don't know if I would call it a change, but areas for me to be informed is when we start getting into our clubs and start having different club members. I'll be pulling some of the different club members and talking to them about the needs that are on campus, things that they see, things that they're interested in. I've been doing that a lot with our teachers. I welcome that with community members as well. So change, for the sake of change, in my opinion, isn't always positive. Change that is requested and change that's needed based upon true involvement of all your stakeholders is where that change is going to be impactful and long lasting. So for me, it's really about understanding what changes are people asking for, what areas can I help the support to enhance, and if that's for teachers or our support staff or for our students, that's going to better the campus and for the community, then that's the kind of change that I want to be involved with and will support without a doubt.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. So do you have any like solid pieces of advice that you want students to know that you haven't already mentioned? Because you've been giving like tons of really helpful advice. So is there like any one thing that's like helped you or helped someone you know?
So I'd say the advice of high school for me is to know that, and I said this to the freshmen at freshman orientation, and it's something that I'll say over and over and over again, is that your high school experience should not be a sprint, right? It should be a marathon. And when you're in that marathon, you got to enjoy the ride just a little bit. And while you're enjoying the ride, that means get involved and connect with people, and whatever it might be that you want to get involved with. And it could be arts, it could be academics, it could be athletics, it could just be possibly with a new club that you want to create. Don't be so quick to graduate and get out of here, right? Because there's so much amazing things taking place on this campus. There's so many amazing support staff that are here to support students, but students have to pause for a second, and they have to understand that they're in high school once in their entire life. And while they're here, enjoy the marathon that it can be for 4 years, because when it's done, it's done. And when it's over, and they'll move on to the next chapter of their life, their next chapter of their education, and it'll be an awesome one for them. But while they're in high school, enjoy everything that a campus like Red Mountain has to offer them, and connect with as many people as you can along the way, because it's only going to better them, better themselves, and better the campus that we all are living in now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that.
Sure.
Yeah, we're both seniors this year, so
gone super fast.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like it will, but it will.
It goes by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So as a final kind of like wrapping up question, are you excited for the upcoming sports season? Like, it's a little off topic, changing the tone a little bit. Are you excited for any of the upcoming sports?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's the part that I love all of the campus activities, and that's the piece for me that I enjoy so much. I think everything from the arts to athletics to even an academic decathlon competition or something, any one of the activities that we have on campus are really exciting, because it's the classroom outside of the classroom. There's so many lessons to learn and opportunities to work in groups and work with teams and enjoy the high school experience. And they're the life lessons that sometimes you may or may not get in your basic algebra 1 class.
Yeah.
So that opportunity for us to have spirit and have excitement and have supporting each other in all the different areas, for me, is really exciting. I feel like that's when our school really starts to come alive even more in a different way, is this mini city transforms in the evening, and there's all kinds of sports and different activities that are going on. So I'm very excited for it.
Oh yeah, the school definitely like comes alive during games. You can feel the hype and the excitement from all the students. It's
Absolutely.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for coming down. This was a really good first episode for this year.
Oh,
Thank you.
So.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I appreciate everybody and how warm and welcoming everyone's been. And if there's anything I can do to better support our students, please, to all of you, please reach out and communicate with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.